here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, the first game, at least for me, of AD2L Season 30. Ignore that ticket up at the top. The ticket is incorrect. I am afraid to say, because it's Season 30. Just Valve hasn't gotten back on getting the new ticket yet or anything. So, yeah, we just have to use the Season 29 ticket, but there is no concern there, because this is definitely Season 30. I gotta turn up my volume a bit, because it's a bit too quiet. And we got some bans coming out. So as I said, both these teams, we are in the Contenders division, and while I'm going to get to know all the teams a lot better, after all the shuffles and everything, only one who I'm super familiar with is the gamer himself, Odin Tasty. Man has just been so helpful to me, and I just love watching Dota. So I'm glad, I was saying to the caster chat, hey, who wants to be followed around by me like a lost little puppy? And Odin reached out, which is very brave of him to allow me the opportunity to cast. Hopefully I live up to his expectations, as we have a first pick, Mars. No surprise at all there. Mars is a hero that we have been seeing a ton of. Now, one thing that's actually slightly interesting about this is results-oriented thinkers. They ban out the Snapfire. Now, that's understandable normally. Snapfire, a very, very strong pickup. First pick material for sure. Really come back in a major way. But interesting that you wouldn't pick it up with the Mars, because Mars is one of Snapfire's best combos. I can speak on this, as I was once a Snapfire spammer. But otherwise, in terms of bans, we have the Treant Protector ban, solid hero, as well as Night Stalker Magnus. Night Stalker feels a bit weak right now to me, to be honest. Not super worried about playing into it. Magnus, though, does feel more powerful, especially, one thing about the Magnus pickup is that it is very much open, You can pick any other 5. You can pick it as a 5, you can pick it as a 2, even as a 3, although it's a bit iffier nowadays. But either way, a good hero. So, makes sense to ban it out. And okay, that'll work well with a Mars. Can't Delta split out of the arena, so they'll take up the Lich on the other side. In my opinion, one of the best 5s in Dota right now, the Witch Doctor. Once you hit that level 3 power spike and you get that Maledict, that Tekken, you feel strong. And then, also, we have a Slardar. So before I get into discussing the Slardar, I want to take a second, take a think about the pick strategy. Both of these teams picking a 3 and a support pretty clearly. Maybe a mid-Mars, but I doubt it. This means that going into this second phase, assuming both of these teams elect to ban out these carries, there will not be many left in the pool. We're just going to see a real lack of available carries. I'm expecting the Spectre ban, the Sven ban, the PA ban, the Faceless Void ban. Many, many heroes that are going to be removed from the pool. But we'll have to just wait and see, as right now, ROT, the Thinkers, taking some time to ban out their first pick. So, I feel like I should ask these teams going in, and really ask all teams going in, how they want to shorten their names. One thing that's nice about the pro scene, as we get a Lifestealer ban, an interesting ban. I actually think it's okay, because, you can kind of evade that spear into the arena. As soon as you see the arena, you just take Q. And a Drow ban, a lot of protection for Drow already. But anyways, getting back, I want to ask these teams, hey, guys, what should I refer to you as in-game? Because I'll be honest, when it comes to the moment, the fighting, all that, I'm not going to call them results-oriented thinkers. right? I'm probably going to call them thinkers. Thinkers and Reavers. And, you know, I think if you're ever making a team, one thing you should consider is that snappy name. You know, look at all the pro teams. OG, Secret, EG, Nigma, Liquid. Most team names are like 2 to 3 syllables. And even the 3 syllables are pretty rare, you know? Four Zoomers, Alliance, Mud Golems, but even like Virtus Pro, 2 syllables. Navi, you know? They're either a very fast abbreviation or they're 2 or 3 syllables. LGD, you know? But now that we have a couple more bans, Juggernaut ban, another magic immunity hero, but honestly, I think the Lifestealer's a better ban. I like Jug a lot. I think he's a very stable hero. I think he provides a lot to any team that gets one, that gets the Juggernaut on it. But from what I've just been seeing lately, it hasn't looked as powerful as I feel about it. Now, might just be situation of bad games. But, you know, once I see like 3 or 4 games where things don't go the way I think they should with a hero, it starts to cast doubt. Also, an anti-mage Slark ban. So, these are a lot of carries being banned out, as I said. But if I'm a carry player, I don't feel bad. I still have whatever carry I want. Ban the anti-mage. I'll pick Sven. And I think GRIN Reavers, their position here is to pick either Sven or Faceless Void. And I would say probably Sven this game. You know, Faceless Void, a good hero, but doesn't pair well with Slardar. Obviously, the minus armor is nice, but Slardar can't assist into that Chronosphere damage. Has to be very careful not to chrono his allies, or else there might be a Chain Frost. And Witch Doctor, we always think of the classic Void Doctor combo, you know, the Chrono and the Death Ward. But honestly, I know it's been years, but ever since they made it so the Death Ward doesn't fire inside of the Chronosphere, it's been a bit awkward to pull off. And I don't like it nearly as much. But again, that's an old change to the point where I'm guessing a lot of people watching don't even know that's a change. But now they'll pick up the Venge. And that's interesting. This Venge pickup... 10 seconds remain. I'm not sure what to think about this Venge pickup. On the one hand, it's a very good hero. I like Venge a lot. But on the other hand, is this your 4? If not, is Witch Doctor your 4? I don't like that very much. I think I would much rather... it feels like having 2 5s in your lineup, and I'm just not a big fan. Dyer's turn to pick. Lina. All right, but we do have the Lina pickup. Could be a 4 at this stage. If it is a 4, I am a pretty big fan. Lina is very good against Witch Doctor in lane. And my heart tells me this should be a Witch Doctor 5. But my brain tells me that this is a Venge 5 and a Doctor 4. Unless they do something wild. I was going to say they run a carrier mid-Venge. Definitely not a carry Venge, but Reavers. I mean, all I'm saying is you 9th picked your carry, and you got Spectre. Like, that's incredible. That shouldn't happen. But here we are. Now it's time for results-oriented thinkers to counter this out however they will. I have to imagine they're taking a carry here, and my thought is Void. Works well with his team here, but there is a Venge on the enemy team, and they will take the Terror Blade. So 2 big, beefy late gamers. But overall, still scared because I'm scared for Radiant here. I'm scared for the Thinkers as Slardar, Venge, Witch Doctor, they all scale real well into late game. Lina falls off a bit. Lich can be good, but can also fall off, to be honest. So we're just going to have to wait and see how they'll try and take this game. Because I think despite having a TB, they don't want this game to go super late. And we get into the final 10 seconds of the ban here. Zeus already banned out. I think that's a very good ban. The magic damage would do a lot of work, especially into this Lich Lina, two very squishy heroes. And, you know, GRIN Reavers, they need some magic damage right now. They have plenty of physical. They have plenty of control. If I'm looking for mid laners, that's the sort of heroes I'm looking for. I'm looking for Zeus. I'm looking for Quap. I'm looking for all these heroes, maybe even not exactly the same vein. I like the idea of a Death Prophet. They do need some extra push. It'll give them a lot of threat. Invoker was also someone I'm thinking of. Additionally, there's like the magic damage gankers. Your Storm Spirit, your Void Spirit. But I think if I'm on Reavers, and I am biased because this is one of my favorite heroes when I played mid, but I think I go Quap. I like Quap a lot this game. Obviously, we'll have to see what the mid pick for Thinkers is first. But it does feel like a strong game for Queen of Pain. And I don't think anyone will... anyone on Dire will complain. They already have their sources of lockdown CCs. Just raw magic damage to round them out. Yep. But GRIN Reavers, dropping into the last second of their reserve time, they banned no one. Oh, I'm not sure if that was a mistake or if that was just the biggest Chad play by Dream. I hope it was the latter. Dream over here feels so confident. He's like, you know what, guys? I don't even need a ban. Pick whatever you want. You're not going to beat us. Are the Thinkers going to be shaken by this? Or will they remain calm, cool, and collected? We're certainly going to find out soon. They're taking a while. Thinking, if you will. Sorry, that was awful. And they pick up a Phoenix. So that makes this the mid Lina. 3 Phoenix. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Mid Lina, 3 Mars, 4 Phoenix, 5 Lich. I don't know why I said 3 Phoenix. And obviously the position 1 Terrorblade. Knowing what they're going up against, GRIN Reavers do indeed pick up that Queen of Pain. Good hero. I'm going to be very interested to see the skill build for Reavers on this Quap. I think if Dream levels Dagger, then Lina will be just forced out of lane for the entire game. For the entire lane. Dagger is really good against Lina. She doesn't have much ways to mitigate that damage. It's just going to be a lot of tick. Now, the Phoenix pickup on Yuki here. I, on the one hand, like it because there's not amazing egg hitter. But on the other hand, with a Quap, maybe not as great. And overall, both of these lineups are strong. I think early mid game is going to come down to Thinkers. Pressure's on them. They're going to really have to sort of win these fights, take objectives, secure their lead. Because if they don't, Reavers look terrifying late game. But then again, Thinkers, no slouches themselves. I give a slight late game edge to Reavers. They have a Spectre. They have a Venge, who's just amazing at all stages of the game and only gets better. But we'll find out as we go rapidly into the first game of this best of 2 series. I don't know why I have a text on my game capture there. Whoopsie daisy says. Alright, we're loaded in. Oh god, the Christmas terrain. I forgot to turn it off. I hope you all are having a very holiday mood going on. So why is there like a gem circle here? Look at this. I can't show it because of the pause. Alright. Mid matchup. Want to see if there's any interesting builds from either mid laner. So it looks like Lina Zero is building into a fast set of null talismans. Not really surprised there. Very common. Honestly, a little surprised to see Dream, at least right now, going just for the singular setup. May buy another mantle here in a minute, and then they'd have pretty similar items here. Alright, checking up on the items in general. So it looks like this... It looks like this is a 4 Venge? Perhaps? I mean, it looks like Venge is going bottom. Not the Ancient, please. Alright, Mars, pretty standard. Going in for a Bracer. Lina, as we already discussed. Fast Veil on the Phoenix. I am a big fan of that build-up. Veil will be very good this game with the Lich and the Lina. Lich himself... Yeah, that's about right. See, I know what the pause 5 is on Thinkers very clearly. We'll just have to wait and see. As we are in a bit of a pause, I'm going to take a moment to look at the effigies. We have Spirit Bomb by Dream. I don't think we can actually zoom in. Yeah, unfortunately. We have... Bro, I'm so high. You know what? It's kind of okay. Together we have to get... Okay, no. Hold on. We have a Spirit Bomb and a Ginyu Force. So despite only having 3 effigies, they get 4 points. Because they have themed they have a themed effigy. Alright, now let's go down to the bottom lane. Alright, we see Let's Dance. Can't really get a good view of that. What? I don't even... Glance value, please. I don't know what hero that is. Well, we'll come back to that. Oh, we have an anti-mage. Hater's gonna hate. See, this is why no one uses effigies. I don't mean to call out Grouty, but when you just have these just normal effigies with a line, that's why no one cares. My staff is enormous by Zro. It's an OD, it looks like, and I mean the staff is enormous. All right, can we find out what hero this is? Is that Nature's Prophet? All right, we have a G. All right, sorry, I can't look away. I'm gonna have to find out what hero this is. Oh no, I can't even zoom into it. All right, game. Wait, can I zoom into this? Okay, I can. Is that Undying? Oh yeah, that's Undying. Okay, sorry about that. As let's hop back on up to where we got a bit of action. Maybe as the teams stare down this bottom lane. We're finally in the game. I'll tell you what, I always worry when I load in these last hit denies, you know. They start out, and I worry that they're in team split, not descending split, every time. Alright, so the question is Quap going to find this ward? Now, it is possible. All you have to do is stand here. Oh no, just puts down the sentry. Wow. Not even going to scout for it. It was up top. Bit of a brawl, but it looks like at this stage it will be 2 for 2. They're going into a Slardar, actually. Slardar does have to be a bit careful. There is a magic missile, but it won't be needed. And this will just be a raw 2 for 2 trade-off. Slardar will get 2 runes. And Thinkers, between the Lena Mars, will get 2 of their own. And no one even really takes any damage. So a very quiet rune grab. Hold on 1 second. Oh, okay. I always panic when I see notifications. Now, real quick, I do want to jump into this mid lane and see. So the first point is in Dagger. I want to see if Dream is going to get more points in this Dagger and use that to force out this Lena. Currently has it on cooldown. Ooh, but a nice flaming deny. Yeah, that's all that you got to do is just keep putting it down. It's only level 1 right now, so it's not going to do a whole lot. But once you hit that second level in it, it starts to scale pretty nicely. Has to be careful, though. These Dragon Slaves dealing a lot of damage. Is that an Arcana thing that gives it that deny effect? It's actually shipping out the salve as well, so will be necessary. As currently, Quap is at a very big disadvantage because, you know, 85 damage into a slow tick of actually more damage just over a longer period of time. Oh, misses the deny, though. We'll take a big chunk of damage from these right clicks, but again, has that salve coming, so no need to fear if you are a Dream fan, or maybe there is. Stream takes a lot of damage. Throw, though, actually taking that tower hit. I wonder if Quap is going to salve and then look to blink in. Unfortunately, went to the backpack, so will be a bit delayed, but did get the second point in Shadow Strike. We'll pop the salve now. Has a mango. Could go for something, and honestly, I think it would be a good decision, but oh no, the salve got popped halfway done. Now, though, the bottle's already out on Zero. That's real fast, but Dream is looking to make something of this, but I don't think anything is there to be made. Got pings. Are we fighting a ward? No. What we are finding is actually no time to look away as mid. We already have an engagement, but the uphill battle is not good for Dream. Taking them pizza spins, but no mana on the Lena. The uphill miss is there. And Dream will somehow survive. Forced to TP back to base, though. Suddenly this lane feels awful for the Quap. However, Zero has to be careful. Might be forced out of the lane pretty quickly, you know. I'd maybe take this time, you know, hit this range creep and then walk under tower and just die and come back. Nope. Instead decides to take the long walk home. Will TP back. I think that's one of those minor efficiencies that we see out of those higher level mid laners, you know. Although with no kills on the field, you don't really want to feed that gold away. Terrorblade will lose his courier. I can't tell if it delivered or not, unfortunately. Didn't say that there were any items on it. I want to see level 4 to level 4.5. Yeah, wow, this is just going kind of brutally for Quap. Quap is unfortunately getting hit by every single Dragon Slave. Now, this rune will be important. Oh, manages to dodge. There's a haste top. Quap will pick it up. And there is a Venge as well on these sidelines. Are they going to make a go? The stun will connect, and suddenly Quap's taking a lot of damage, but does have the help of the Venge. But honestly, I don't think they have enough damage to really do anything here. The pizza spins coming out. The LSA misses. Nothing will come of that. Meanwhile, up top, though, we maybe are going to have the first blood onto the Witch Doctor. He does pop the stick, and I think it will be enough going to salve up. I have to assume here. Will do so. as Daddy Odin continues to farm away. Still no casualties of war taken in the first 5 minutes. Wop. I can't look away from this match, but Dream just eats another and gets hit by the LSA. That's actually really dangerous. Might go down. No. Able to walk away. Not that far behind, but oh boy, is this Quap coming out with a lead in this game here. It's Witch Doctor, once again. Looking like he may be in a bit of trouble, and the dive will actually come out. But, oh, he's going to try and TP home, but that's optimistic at best. Yuki will get the kill. And the TP scroll of the Venge will go on to cooldown there. So very good start. Meanwhile, they find Licky in a bit of a dangerous position. Licky's doing a good job of juking it out. Does have that slithering crush. And now Dream has to be even more afraid. The Laguna could come out at any moment. Oh, Dream just keeps eating every dragon slave, and I think that's a big reason as to why this lane is going so poorly. And oh no, it's a regen in the top. That's the worst situation. Well, that's maybe not true. A haste might be even worse. Finally, Dream will get his bottle, but he will not be allowed to survive if he steps even slightly out of line. And man, Zero doing a great job of making sure that every single dragon slave hits onto this target. As we're entering the 7-minute mark now. And Lena's done half damage to a tower. It's not shabby at all. Venge is coming in for another rotation. Level 3 has a smoke. No word to detect this, but I think might be detected anyways. Unfortunately, Venge is just not a great ganking hero at this early stage. All that you really have is that stun, which isn't great, but it looks like they are going to try and make it go on it. The screen of pain is there, but suddenly the stun's there onto Dream, and Dream will just drop. You can't just go onto a level 6 Lena like that. She's got Laguna, and unfortunately, your Venge only offers a single magic missile. That's a double kill going the way of Zero, but the Venge Illusion will not be able to secure that kill. So, a 1 lane going even better as Zero going for double Windlace. I wonder if that's maybe a bit of a misplay, but no time to ponder on that as the army can go on to the Phoenix. The Maledict does tick on, is level 2, but no damage follow-up means that Phoenix really not going to take that much. You have to hit them after hitting them with the Maledict, and so far, so we get into the 8-man mark, we'll swap over to net worth, and you can just see the crushing lead already. A 2k net worth lead almost here for the Lena in the mid lane. And I mean, you look at the items, and you see a whole 6 coming out, admittedly. Some regen in there, but yeah, this, oh no, she didn't get her boots. No, Lena, your boots. Oh, they're coming back. All right. Has maybe realized... no, does have the 2 Windlaces in the inventory. I guess they... no, they don't even stack. So, I'm not sure. I think this must have been a misplay. Wants to go for, obviously, that you will Scepter, and I don't think she's also going for Tranquil Boots. Maybe a bit of a misplay, but hey, it's not that much gold. We'll find out, though. Bring a regen coming? No. Wait, what? You already have... oh, no. You put it back on the courier. I see. Digs up a south. Alright. Let's take a second. Look at the other lanes. Right now, TB is having a rough time with himself. This is the one advantage. Is Slardar does very well into these melee laners, and this guy has to be a bit careful. Oh, pops the sprint, forces him back. Oh, they're making the go now. The stun is there. One more right click will bash him, but there's the Sunder. and you've gone too deep as the ice takes him, slows him, and oh, now it's up to Kevin Quiz to try and block him. Will actually get the stun off, and Licky will survive. No one dies as Mars actually rotates down. Meanwhile, Phoenix is rapidly falling up in the top lane. Oh, the bongos, they're bouncing, and that is a very dead Phoenix. Maledict, not even really necessary, but you're never going to complain. However, suddenly, Odin in trouble himself, and poor Gray Bush unable to really do anything over that wall. The stun will come out. The scream is there as well, and that's a very dead Mars. The question is who will get the last hit. The answer is Dream, a much-needed kill for him on that Queen of Pain. Pops the haste rune, gonna get some bounties, refill up that mana. Ooh, and will they maybe find a Phoenix as well? Phoenix does have dive available, but this might actually be a turnaround play. The Haunt has come out. They've found the Phoenix, who didn't use the dive. Will do so now, but I think that's only a level 2 dagger. No, it is level 4. They'll take out the Venge. And one more tick. I don't think it's going to be quite enough, especially with that healing from the Tranquils. So I got so enthralled that I didn't even notice. So this courier going to the side shop makes me think, or excuse me, secret shop. Side shop don't exist no more. Makes me think that this is going to be a Yule Scepter, as we see down bottom. Poor Lich. I mean, that's just Lich things. There is no Sunder available, and with there being creeps under tower, I think this will be a dive. First hit bash is there. Now the Mars is coming, but doesn't have Arena just yet. 5 more seconds. So I don't think this will really translate into much unless you can catch out the Slardar. Arena now off cooldown, but has to hit it perfectly onto the Slardar. And with that sprint into the water, Slardar is well and truly away. We'll suffer nothing. And the Spectre manages to return top as well. Almost has that blade melt on. And right now, really the person to watch is this Lina. They found the Witch Doctor. That's a nice kill. Because this Lina is really going to control the pace. Right now, so far ahead means that she can control this game. And she has to. Zero, he has to run this game. Because if he doesn't, they will just lose. Down bottom, looks like a Sunder did just come out onto a Slardar. But Slardar is not going to mind too much. Has a Bracer, has Treads. Built-in 8.7 regen. Up top, though, they are making a dive onto Daddy Odin on the Spectre. But I think that might cost the Phoenix his life, or will it? The TP is too long from the Quap, and suddenly it's the Witch Doctor in trouble. He does manage to get down the Maledict, so this is going to be a lot of damage with that Scream. That's definitely a very dead Mars. No way for him to survive. No amount of heal will save you, and Yuki has used the dive as well, so could get caught out. Trying to TP out, and there is no cancel, so will likely escape. The tick will not be enough. Oh, a good trade, though. Poor Thinkers. Taking out the carry and a support and only losing their Mars. He is quite far ahead, but you're still very, very okay with that. And this poor Queen of Pain. I mean, it's good that I do believe she got the kill. Nope. Went to a Maledict tick. You hate to see it. Because Quap has Treads. Desperately needs something here, as she is far too behind to do much of anything. And suddenly now it's the Slardar on the run. Does manage to get a bash, so won't get pinned into the wall. Or will he? Yes, he will. Never mind. I thought he would juke it out, but didn't manage to. And now Growdy managed to get an easy kill for himself. And with this Metamorphosis popped, will probably besiege this bottom tower as Lina takes the mid-tier 1. So suddenly this is 2 towers. Now this is an okay time to go. They should know that there's no arena. In fact, they definitely do. But they're a bit afraid right now. They don't have the Quap with them. It's just the 2 supports. And they will manage to get some bongos out, but it actually won't bounce. Now, will they be able to slow down this push? It looks like Radiant Thinkers will just sort of back off and give them some space. Quap in the area for perhaps a rotation. Does have a haste rune, but running back towards mid, needs to farm and knows it. This Quap can't afford to take risks right now. Has to catch up. But that is the Blink Dagger coming out to the Mars, and Lina travels first, which I like. Now this Lina can be everywhere. Oh, and the Veil, just such a powerful timing coming out for Thinkers right now. You have to imagine they're going to make a go with this as they actually look for the Slardar. No Arena again for 3 seconds, so it'll definitely come up in time. But there's the stun. The Quap does manage to get a good scream, but what a beautiful ultimate by the Mars, painting them back. And there's the Chain Frost. There's no way for them to get out. It's going to take out. No, bounces in the creep wave. Finally, the Slardar will drop. In the meantime, though, they did manage to kill the Mars, and I think it also bounced out. Nope, never mind. It did not bounce out. Slardar goes down. And now Quap in a lot of trouble as well. Has a blink, will manage to get it off. And I do think that is a very, very dead Phoenix. No, they'll manage to take out the Witch Doctor. And suddenly, Dream's not able to stand and fight because Ro is too far ahead. The right-click range is just too long. And they're still making it go onto Dream, who manages to perfectly dodge out. One of those Fire Spirits will survive, but taking a lot of damage. Has to dodge the Dragon Slave and will do so. Now they're on the chase, trying to find the Lina. However, the Spectral Dagger did not connect onto anyone in particular there. So Lina will survive. A bloody fight. But overall, you know, some much-needed gold going into the side of Dire. Losing that tower might be a bit too costly. And this poor, poor Quap, always on the run, getting another raindrop to try and survive. Is this going to be a smoke attempt? I would like the timing if it was. They'll pop the smoke. Yeah, let Odin farm. Let him do what he needs to do. Haunts up in 90 seconds, so won't have that support. But if you get a good drop, it shouldn't matter. But they're spread out. Oh no. Their smoke is aimless. And they're not going to find anything with this. Witch Doctor was on the warpath. Maybe could have gotten a good bongo off, you know, that paralyzing cask, but fortunately, Steam wasn't behind him, and definitely the right decision not to make that go. And now down bottom, look at this setup onto Licky. They don't even have the Mars, but who needs Mars when you got the rest of the team? Well, maybe you need Mars, because this Slardar, he's a quick one with that 3rd level in sprint, and almost has a Blink Dagger of his own. So right now, Lina, the powerhouse of this game, has a Yules, is going to maybe reveal it here on the Quap. It's a very nice stun. The LSA is timed correctly. Oh, it's going to be close, but no, the swap is there, and suddenly they're making a turn onto the Lina. Will they be able to get the kill in time as the Lich comes in? Does drop down. The Chain Frost is bouncing very well. A Mars Arena, though, finally the Chain Frost will cease. Only bouncing a little bit, but Slardar's in a bit of trouble. Doesn't have the sprint off of cooldown just yet. Tries to get swapped out, but runs right back down. But you know what? If you lose Captain Quiz, you're okay with this as long as you don't lose anyone else. However, they found Dream, who decided to go back in, but a nice blink dodge. He will not get pinned back. That would have been the death of him. Now suddenly it's Greybush on the run. The crit's up in 1 second, but it will not go off. You took out the big mid laner. That's a very value trade. And Spectre was never forced to leave farming, whereas TB did come to that mid lane and did pop Metamorphosis as well. We'll use it to take this Ancient stack, but not a bad trade at all if you're on the side of Reavers. And it looks like they maybe want to go for more. So they're pinging, but no, Lina's there. Can't make that go. Now is maybe your time to fight. You know that the enemy is weak and you have good ultimates, but they're going to get a pin back, and it actually will connect. They're going to have to try and swap out the Spectre, but they won't be able to. Captain Quiz is a bit too focused and doesn't get anything off. The Mars will fall in exchange, but that is your hard carry down. And unfortunately, Ven's just not in the position for the swap. Oh, it was cooldown as well. That is my bad. It says it's off cooldown even when it has 0 charges, so never mind. There's nothing the Venge could do. That is really strange. Well, the more you know. And now it's TB's turn to farm, while the Spectre isn't, because Spectre is it. However, they are going to make a go on Lina. That is the Blink Dagger reveal, I do believe. But no, the stun's going to come out. There's no way you're getting out here, Zro. You are just a little bit too far, but the entire team's coming. The ultimate from Mars is there. We'll get the pushback. Bops him back, and then spears him to the wall. And then with that Chain Frost, and obviously the Supernova, They will get the kill, but only with the position 5. However, Daddy Odin did haunt in, so I think they're going to want more. And look at this, Quap is going in. Does get knocked back a little bit, but no spear in. Oh, the Maledict, it's really nice onto the Phoenix. You have to imagine that he'll die, and indeed he will with a big ultimate from Greybush. They will take down the Mars as well, and suddenly an excellent fight for the side of Radiant. 17-20 net worth shift. That is not bad at all. TB still farming. And if Reavers can get the tier 1 out of this, they'll be so happy. There is a Fortify. Team is coming back. Mars Arena is still on cooldown, however. They're going to start beating into it now. They see the Lina TP. I do believe the Yules is available, but won't come out. Doesn't want to go onto the Slardar. Maybe a bit afraid of that backup. He's going for the BKB next item. I like that a lot. As long as there's no interrupts on this Lina, she is free to do as she wishes. However, worth noting that Spectre's starting to get more and more farmed. Goes for the Diffusal before Manta. A bit of an awkward build-up. We don't see it all the time, but I kind of like it this game. There's a lot of heroes that rely on mana to do things, but don't have a lot of mana. And, you know, this especially... Phoenix, only 600 mana. Mars, only 600 mana. Obviously, your Lich is going to have more because he's in. So is your Lina. Your TB is only about 600 mana as well. Only needs a very minimal amount, but I think especially against this Phoenix Mars could be very useful. Now the game quiets down a little bit here as Thinkers, they look to set up top. AB try to besiege this tier 2, but a big smoke out. There is meta available. This would be a 4v5 fight as Haunt is on cooldown for 30 seconds. They'll catch out. Oh, the Phoenix does try and go in, and they're actually going to deal a lot of damage very quickly to this Phoenix, and I don't think you're going to be able to get out. Does pop the Supernova, and then there's the Arena to save them, and huge Lich ulti. That's the Quap dead. That's the Witch Doctor dead. That's the Venge dead, and they'll lose the Slardar as well. It's a very good initiation for them. Excellent initiation. They got on top of a target, but that Mars Arena, first off, just prevented any attempt at an attack through that arena. But they didn't even get one off because they were too busy dying to the Lich Mars combo. And you know what? I talked about how I was surprised they banned the Snapfire. Now I see why. They just wanted the Lich instead. The Lich is doing just as much work, and actually it looks like Thinkers are considering the high ground sieges. They didn't even use meta for that tier 2. Oh, they did use meta, but it's still up. There's the Fortify, though, and I don't think you're going to be confident enough to keep going. Everyone's respawning. Surely, you have to know that this is dangerous. Yes, you had an excellent fight, but you used all of your ultimates. They're going to try and take the tier 3, but here comes the Witch Doctor with the bongos, and they've maybe caught out the Terrorblade. Are they going to try and stun him, swap him back, do anything? No is the answer. But they will actually get a ton of damage in, and he doesn't have the chance to get the Sunder off, and they'll lose the Mars. Somehow, instantly on the backline, they killed the Phoenix as well. Now the Lina will fall, and that's what you get for going a bit too aggressive. You get the tier 3, but this isn't the last patch, you know, or the previous patches. That doesn't open up the outposts. It doesn't open up shrines. You already got those, so a bit of an overstep, and everything that they gained went right back, and look at this. Look at this. They know their roles. Well, okay. Spectre and Quap are backwards, but 2, 1, 3, and they're actually going to rotate into Roche. Now, this is a play that I like a lot more. Obviously, Reavers have an amazing Roche lineup. They have Slardar, they have Venge. All they need to do is put on the minus armor, and they will be A-okay. But, I think even if you're on the side of Thinkers, you can still absolutely take this objective. Now, there are rotations, and Phoenix is going to have a dive available. Will do so, but a moment too late. Spectre has achieved immortality. And Quap now going for a BKB as well. Still very far behind on this Lina, but the Spectre is finally starting to overtake the Lina. You saw a bit of a jump there. We're slowly getting there. Spectre slowly coming online, going for that Manta style next item. We'll realize that that camp is blocked, as nothing spawned in it. And now Dire probably content to use the Sages to farm. I don't think you're going to look for a fight You know, if your Spectre dies once, your Spectre probably dies twice. In a fight, especially outside of base. But look at this. No fear from the Quap. Despite losing a tier 3 last fight, not saving for buyback. And in fact, let's go ahead and check on the status. Yeah, no. Okay, no, I lied. Only the Slardar and the Venge have the buyback. And right as I talk about Spectre sort of creeping up the net worth, suddenly it's the TB. And they're sieging into an Aegis. This is their level of confidence. And there's the Meteor Hammer onto the tier 3. What are they going to do? They desperately need their Quap for this fight. Licky has to do something in terms of an initiation for his team, but he can't really afford to, and they just lose another tier 3 and trade out nothing for it. Thinkers know how powerful position they are currently in. They're willing to go for it. Oh, they try to get the TP interrupt onto the Terrorblade, but not going to happen, unfortunately. But they have smoked up. Question is, will they be able to find something? They do have good vision of the Lich, and if they actually chase after this Lich, they might find the more important kill, the TB, but no. Instead, they'll go on to the Lich. Lich will take a very quick death here. They do try and pull him back. However, they should know about the team here. But the Chain Frost is dealing a lot of damage and actually bounces despite the Blink Dagger. Suddenly, Dream has to be very careful or else he's going to go down. But they'll manage to survive it. Mars does have the arena here, but oh no, Grey Brush. She's going to do a lot of damage. Grey Bush, sorry, not Grey Brush. And that arena will actually do nothing. A nice little Meteor Hammer could do a lot of damage with that Sunray, but no, gets interrupted out. The swap back, maybe a bit of a miscommunication, but suddenly Dream manages to dodge out and sort of survive thanks to that. The Sunder comes out, but doesn't really do a whole lot. Venge, I think, might fall here. No, they're forced to run away as an excellent smoke gank comes out. And Reavers, they clean up. And look at this. I bet you, yeah, another big win. And Spectre gets a huge chunk of change. And almost has that Manta style complete. Finally, the tier 1 will fall as well. The long-awaited goal for Reavers. But they claim it. And now Odin just goes right back down bottom. Wants to continue farming. The right play. No haunt. You don't want to fight without that ability anyways. And will be able to get that Manta style. Question is, will he save buyback or not? You know, they've been so at risk. I'd say it's probably the right decision, but he will not. He buys out the Manta. Is a big damage item. Oh, but this is absolutely a smoke setup here. As they're all grouping up, they want to find something, and they will smoke out. Now, of course, Dire, as you can see, no vision of this gank. The question is, what will they find? Witch Doctor is currently leading a bit of an expedition into the enemy side of the map, and if they catch the Witch Doctor or the Venge, it probably will not be worth it. But suddenly, this is looking better and better. No, they find the Witch Doctor, or do they? They instead try and make it go on the starter, but he manages to sprint out in time. They will catch the Witch Doctor. They will catch the Venge, but oh no, Spectre! Suddenly, Spectre's decided to walk in. This is suddenly a fight. The Yule Scepter on the Lena will dodge the stun, and now the eggs dropped out. The huge Chain Frost is bouncing back and forth. They did manage to melt the Lena and the Lich. However, I think it will cost them the life of the Spectre. Indeed, it will. That is only the Aegis, of course. Slardar has to try and get away, but taking a lot of damage from these right clicks, and now Spectre's back. Spectre unable to do much, but Quap BKBs. They're going to try and take out the Phoenix, and indeed they will. On the meantime, Slardar has gone down, and now it's entirely up to Spectre. Spectre trying to run away. Does have Blade Mail in 1 second, and may actually try and turn and fight with that, as it is currently a 2v2, but we'll have to wait and see. Meta is still up for a pretty significant amount of time, and Quap is remaining in the area. They do have vision of this. However, they're trying to catch Spectre. Quap, they both teams actually have vision. Metamorphosis fading in just a few seconds. 5 seconds remaining. Does blink out. Unfortunate. If they had stayed a little bit longer and that meta had popped, they may have actually elected to go in. But they don't. TB going for an Eye of Scotty. Has the Dragon Lance. No surprise there. That's a very common item. And we probably see Spectre. Yep. Looks like going for Abyssal and then the Scotty as well. So both carries going to get that item. And a good use of the Aegis, as it would have expired anyways, but a little dicey. Could have gone either way, even with that Aegis. And Quap has an Orchid BKB. I'd like to see an Aghanims, perhaps. Something just to really, you know, ensure that you can deal damage in these fights. All right, let's take a look. Glimmer is available for both supports on the side of Dire. So Reavers, they know what they're doing on the support life. They got that protection. And then finally the Slardar, who I have to imagine, yep, going for that Aghanim Scepter. Meanwhile, on the Radiant side, we already talked about the Scotty. An Aghanim's for the Lina is pretty okay. Honestly, I think it's fine this game, but there is an argument to be made for like the Scotty build-up, as it is pure and goes through spell immunity. Not bad at all. Mars, I'm going to guess, yeah, BKB. Has some Vlads as well, which is very nice. A Lotus Orb on the Phoenix, no real surprise there. And a Yule's on Lich. Now, that is a little odd, but I don't mind it too much, as we have a bit of a brawl perhaps starting to stew in the Dire jungle. But nope, both teams will break away. No one really wants to take this fight. Oh, Odin's going to find himself a double damage rune. But honestly, that's probably just going to more reveal that there's a ward than anything else, having daggered out to that rune. Radiant just sort of grouped up right now, but no real smoke. Ooh, the total disregard for buybacks does scare me from both of these teams. Get a quickening charm, an excellent item for many Radiant heroes. I'm pretty sure everyone except the TB wouldn't mind to have that, although I'm guessing Lina is going to pick up that quiver if I did see correctly. Oh no, we'll take the quickening charm. Sends back the enchanted quiver. Alright, sentry ward falls. And will this turn into a fight? There is some brewing, and oh no, Quap, you've gone in a little bit deep. Have to be careful. The entire team is following up, but Mars will get stunned out, and that is a really nice stun from the Slardar. However, a big Mars arena, as this is actually killing my computer. They're trying to take out this egg on the top line. Will they be able to? One more right click? No! Looks like she will just barely survive. Suddenly, though, the Spectre forced her away, but another huge stun from Licky. They're going to get another stun. Will he be able to get the Sunder off? There's no real target, as the only target is Licky the Cow, and Licky is already weak himself. They're trying to make a play on the ground. They do manage to get a swap. Another big stun, but there comes the Meteor Hammer. Spectre has fallen now, and suddenly they're going to have to play this a little bit carefully, as Lina actually on 1 HP. The swap back onto Kenny will go off. They'll manage to take out the Lina. Will they take out the Lich? Yes. Now it is just this poor fiery bird who will die a fiery death, and somehow Reavers only lose the Spectre. Felt like that was a much more dangerous fight, but Licky the Cow hitting some clutch blink daggers, just really ensuring that his team has a good fight. Feels like we had a refresher Tide, not a blink Slardar. And now Quap has fully recovered, coming ahead of even this Lina. And a farm Quap is scared, going for a Hex instead of the Aghanims. I am totally fine with that. Although part of me does wonder if their team really needs more control if you have Licky, you know, just stunning 5 heroes at a time. But no, a very sensible pickup outside of jests. So I want to see if Licky is going to ignore this buyback status. You will have to wait and see. I mean, it looks like he's going to the shop. Will he buy stuff? Nope. Alright, Spectre. Well on the way to the Basher, though. But it's actually spotted out by this ward. It's a very deep ward from the Radiant, and honestly, I don't think they're really going to be able to get to it too much here. I have to be careful. One more lost fight could spell a lane of racks, as Reavers are starting to take over in the net worth department. You can see they're slowly taking back, but whatever thinkers are alive, they're farming up. And look at the win probability as well. Sorry, this was the net worth, but the win probability slowly going into Dire's favor. That Spectre factor proving to be strong. You know what I wonder about Dota Plus? Do you think it takes into account like the player's skill on the heroes, or does it just look at the heroes and the net worth in a vacuum? I think it must be in a vacuum, but we'll have to wait and see. As actually, Top lane. A lane of racks will fall for free here. No, Dire. This isn't... You've just given up your range racks. All right, they have to make a big fight out of this. They're going to have to get like 2 or 3 kills to make it worth it. Question is, will they be able to? That's a big arena coming up, but only onto the supports. Will pin back the Witch Doctor, but I don't know if it's really going to be enough, as they will manage to not take out the Witch Doctor. Sorry, they do, but they lose the Terrorblade in exchange. Oh, that's a big Chain Frost, though, maybe, as they're force-staffing around. That's the Venge dead. Now they'll have to be careful, as it's just bouncing between these 3 heroes, and they're not showing any fear, and it's actually run out of bounces now. Another big Meteor Hammer. This Phoenix has just been hitting all of them, and now Johnny Magic will fall on that Mars, and it's a bloodbath here. Are they going to be able to kill this Phoenix in time? It looks like they will. 5 heroes will fall, and Spectre will live. Does cost them a ranged Rax. And actually, oh no, they're going to have to move in really fast here, and they will, to save that melee rack. If that had fallen, there was no way it was worth it. But a big net worth swing. And maybe you're happy with that. It still feels bad to give up that range racks for totally free, basically. But, you know, the trade, your 2 supports for all 5 heroes, maybe worth it. It is only a ranged Rax at 35 minutes. As long as they can protect his melee Rax, I think they'll not mind too much. The question is, will they be able to turn this into a Roshan? If they can, it's definitely worth. They should know it's back up, as it's definitely been 11 minutes. Of course, is Aegis and Cheese right now. There's still a tier 1 tower for Thinkers. 36 minutes into the game.
A soldier's fortune.
I'll take that.
What a bounty!
Right now, both teams sort of just content to farm away for a bit, you know? Not really doing a whole lot here in terms of taking objectives, taking fights. Although, if they catch out, oh, a nice Yule Scepter. And actually, nah, it'll be fine. Zro maybe staying in a bit too long. He has to be careful of the reinforcements. And Lich will TP out. Oh, will they be able to find this Terrorblade? It looks like they won't. He'll slip out by the seat of his pants, but now they'll see him under the ward. Are they going to try and collapse on him? No. They're just going to take the tower. No need to go too aggressive.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And indeed, we continue farming. Up top, Mars pushing out this top lane. This Rax has healed up a bit, but this is now the problem, is you've made that trade-off earlier, and now you are forced to defend this poor structure. Timeless Relic as well. Oh no. All the amazing neutral items coming out for the Radiant side. And yeah, Lina will take that Relic, no surprise there. Now, the one advantage the Reavers have with this ranged Rax, or not really advantage, but saving grace, is they do have a Spectre, which means that she can just go back, farm the creeps, and rely on Haunt to get back in. But right now, a trade as old as time is occurring. The Radiant safe lane tier 2 for Roshan. And this is the right little shift here, as they now realize exactly what's going on. They will try and make a play onto this Mars. The question is, will they actually be able to take him out? And it looks like the answer is yes. Terrorblade will acquire the Aegis and Lina the Cheese, I do assume, and indeed will be the case. But they've taken out the Mars, so they're not in a bad position themselves. How does this tower have backdoor? The creeps are like 2 feet away. That is just shocking. So, they'll get the tier 2. They'll get a kill. Like I said, a trade as old as time. Daddy Odin almost has that full Abyssal Blade. Does have money for it, but now is electing to save for buyback, which I like a whole lot now with 1 minute on the clock. Will Radiant resecure this outpost or not? That's what we're going to watch. think the answer is actually no, as no one's leaving. And this is pretty significant. I mean, this is 40-minute XP. Alright, so I know we've seen a lot of the Radiant neutral items, but let's look at Dire. Prince's Knife isn't bad at all. Quap will take the Magic Lamp for that safety. A Flicker, very good pickup in case of slows, silences, that sort of thing. And the Minotaur Horn on the Slardar. To be honest, actually, I think you give that Minotaur Horn to the Spectre as a Daedalus. Okay. It's a bit of a more unorthodox item. 40-minute XP will pop, as we see here. 750 XP just to the Dire. But look at this smoke. There is a counter smoke. Question is, who will find who first? And it looks like, oh no, this is dangerous for Dream, as Dream actually gets pulled back. He does have the Purge if he takes too much damage, but it'll be very low by the time it pops. Is going to manage to pop the BKB, get out. Lich is going to drop almost immediately, but meanwhile on the sidelines, it's going to be the Witch Doctor to fall. They're trying to protect the egg, and they will not be able to get the kill with the Venge. Venge will drop rapidly as well. Johnny Magic taking a lot of damage. It's the Spectre, and it's the Slardar, but Spectre just gets annihilated. However, the BKB just straight up kills the Lina, it looks like. And now it's entirely up to these two heroes on the Dire side, the Quap and the Slardar, but Slardar will fall, and Quap has left. So, a pretty even fight, but look at that money being pumped into the TB, and TB's not done. TB wishes to take out the lane. There are buybacks available, and if they get popped, could be very risky indeed. Cheeky Meteor Hammer that will end up dealing 0 damage because of how Backdoor works. Oh, no, never mind. It did a little bit of damage. And suddenly this is looking pretty bad for Reavers. They have to get back into this. They can't give up 2 lanes of racks. And indeed, the Slardar will look to stop them. And now that the ult has faded, or not the ult, but the Metamorphosis. Oh no, Licky, you can't do that to yourself, buddy. As he puts the minus armor himself, and Dream is rapidly falling, unable to blink away. Where is the rest of his team coming into? Look, I know you want to get the minus armor, but it's not worth putting the Lotus Orb minus armor back on yourself. But he is actually still going. Is he going to find Rowdy? This would actually be a pretty good time to look for him. He does see him. The Blink Stun is available. Will get it off. And there's the minus armor. Nothing you can do about it this time, but they have to be careful. Sunder's off cooldown, and he could Sunder Dream if Dream doesn't back up. But he's just man-fighting into Licky. He doesn't even need the Sunder. The pin back will miss. And now it's Greybush, Captain Quiz, and Dream in the fight of their lives. There's just too many heroes online, and oh no, the arena will just pin them both back, and they keep getting bounced into the spheres. They're unable to escape. And that's a dieback on Slardar, and I think that's probably going to be the game here. Oh no, an excellent pin. They've caught the Quap. Quap has no way out. Oh, I lied, and forced to pop the PKB though. You have to give up the second lane. And they took out the tier 2 in the meantime. This is 3 lanes of racks. There's nothing you can do. You can't fight while you're 2 men down into this lineup. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Growdy has just hit such a power spike. They're unable to even touch the man. He's level 25 now, so gets the meta attack range. The Fortify's out. It's dealing a lot of damage. They're trying to buy time. At least get this Witch Doctor. You're not going to be able to wait for your Slardar here. The question is, will Radiant Thinkers swap over to this bottom lane? And the answer is so far no. They're just walking into these towers. 5 seconds until Witch Doctor. There's the Aegis's pop, but they've got another arena. A Flicker manages to save the Spectre, but they will lose the Venge. No buyback. Dream as well will fall. The cheese has been popped. They're trying to make a go, and now it's just Spectre. It's just Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor, press that button. Let that bongo roll. It's not even gonna matter. He'll press the button. He's dealing the damage. Spectre buys back, comes immediately back in, and they'll actually take out the Mars. But now Witch Doctor's down. 27 seconds. There's still no safety. Spectre falling once again. Flicker goes the wrong way. Will fall. And with that, Thinkers, we'll take the first game. We're going to a second. We're going to a second anyways. It's a series of 2. But oh man, I'll tell you what, real quick before we leave out, look at that, the win percentage shooting up there. I thought that Reavers started taking such good fights, but I think trading out that range Drax was just the beginning of the end for him, you know? They won some fights off of it, but then they lost Aegis. They're forced to play around that push. Didn't really work out great for them. But either way, a good game from both teams, you know? Both teams took the lead at different points in that game, and we'll have to see how they do in the second game here, which will be coming very soon. Hold on tight, because we'll be right back.